Fuel prices in the country are expected to hit a record high of 185 shillings in the next pricing cycle after the National Treasury put out a statement saying that they will no longer offer subsidy on fuel products from next month. In the statement, Treasury Cabinet Secretary Ukur says fuel subsidies are inefficient and often lead to misallocation of resources and crowding out of public spending, with the cost of subsidy surpassing the national budgetary allocation. Let's get more from our very own Faisal Ahmed.
The pain at the pump is expected to increase exponentially after the National Treasury stated that it can no longer support the fuel subsidy program that was in place to cushion Kenyans from the high fuel prices. In a statement to newsrooms, Treasury Cabinet Secretary Ukur stated that the cost of the fuel subsidy could eventually surpass its allocation in the national budget, thus potentially escalating public debt to unsustainable levels and disrupt the government's plans to reduce the rate of debt accumulation. With the removal of the subsidy and by the look of the latest figures from EPRA that were released yesterday, Super Petrol, diesel and kerosene were all subsidized at 25 shillings and 56 cents, 48 shillings and 19 cents and 42 shillings and 43 cents, which means that the actual fuel prices of Super Petrol was 184 shillings and 68 cents for a litre, diesel at 188 shillings and kerosene at 170 shillings and 37 cents. In the current tax formula by EPRA, Kenyans only pay 5 shillings and 64 cents as fuel subsidy, with the government footing the difference. The record prices will unleash inflationary pressure on the cost of living as manufacturers of goods, transport and service providers pass the increased cost of fuel to customers.
And the ripple effects of a huge jump in the prices for petrol is number one, cost of transportation goes up. So if I was paying maybe 100 shillings for our two-way trip, all of a sudden I'm paying 150 or 200. That means my disposable income for that month has been eaten by transport, but I still have to go to work.
With the prices of diesel going up, you can only expect that this is going to have a hit on the common mwananchi, because this is a phenomenon that is beyond everybody else.
The government allocated over 100 billion shillings in the financial year 2021-2022 and 2022-2023 to subsidize fuel prices. The National Treasury further explained that the cost of fuel subsidies could eventually surpass its allocation in the national budget, thus potentially escalating public debt. Yesterday, EPRA released the monthly fuel prices with 159 shillings and 12 cents, 140 shillings and 127 shillings and 94 cents for a litre of petrol, diesel and kerosene respectively. Global crude oil prices have been on a sustained rise since the start of the year in the wake of the Russia-Ukraine war that has sparked supply hitches due to sanctions on Russian oil. Faisal Ahmed, Citizen TV, Nairobi.